Hello everyone. So in today's module, we'll be discussing how you can choose your Amazon model because there are three different models on Amazon. You can do business through. Number one, it's arbitrage, as discussed in previous modules. Then it's wholesale and it's private label. So the main issue that comes here is what we call the trap of overchoice, because you have heard too many opinions online that, for example, retail arbitrage is the best way to start your business, wholesale is the only safest business model, private label is the best model, or someone saying private label is with private label you are wasting your time. Someone will say with wholesale you are wasting your time, you need to build your own private label. So you'll have heard a lot of mixed opinion about these three business models. So today we'll be trying to make it a bit clear to you guys so you can select the best business model for yourselves. So first of all, we'll discuss retail and online arbitrage. So basically, retail and online arbitrage is buying low, selling high. So it's kind of trading time for money. How it works is you find some deals or clearance items on the retail shops near you, or on any online stores. You check Amazon or you check eBay for it, and uh, you see there that the prices are high on Amazon. So what you do is pick up those items in the clearance, for example 10 units, 20 units, 50 units. You pick them up, you list them on Amazon. From there the customer buys, and then you ship to Amazon, to the customer directly, or you use Amazon FBA, and you just pocket the small profit. For example, you picked it up for £5, you're selling it for £10, so you pick up the 2-3 pounds in the middle somewhere. That's basically online arbitrage, finding cheap items in lower quantities, 10, 20, 50, selling them on Amazon for a small profit margin. So the pros to retail or online arbitrage is that you can just start with a lower amount, like 100 to £500, £1,000. You can just start quickly, pick up any items on clearance and start selling them. Then pick more, hunt for more, and just like that. So you can start very low. So the most kind of beneficial point in retail arbitrage is the investment needed for it, because it's you can start from 100 200 easily. Number two, the main point is you learn how FBA works. If you're doing FBA, you learn how FBM works. If you're doing FBM, you get to know how the Amazon seller ecosystem, the seller system dashboard works. So that's the number two, and the much bigger pros here is that you learn the logistics, you learn how you navigate through Amazon Seller Central, because you are doing it on a smaller scale, there is lower risk, so you are confident on taking the steps needed for you to go ahead. Number three, as I discussed, very low financial risk. So there's that. The cons for retail arbitrage are that it's not scalable. It trades your time for money, so it needs a lot of time. You have to keep searching for new products. You have to keep hunting different clearance sales, different online websites. All the time you are on the run, sort of. Uh, the income stops when you stop. So if you start looking for products, you start looking for sales out there, your income obviously stop, because the scale is too small. You are dealing in 10 units, 20 units, uh, max 100 units. So the scale is too small. When you stop, your income will stop. Obviously, IP complaints from brand owner. This is the biggest cons of retail arbitrage, and that's why it's kind of in the gray area of in the Amazon terms and conditions. So better to stay away from a retail arbitrage if you are a professional seller, if you want to scale your business. If you want to just start your thing, you can obviously choose retail arbitrage. You can do it, but at the end of the day, someday you'll always get some IP complaint from brand owner because you are not the authorized person to sell that product, and you might also have most probably issues from Amazon themselves, and they may ask for documentations, proofs of the distributors. Yeah, this is all about retail. It's good for start, but obviously it's not scalable. So it's good to learn. But whenever you stop, your income will stop. Number two, it's wholesale model. Wholesale modeling is a bit of an upgraded version of retail or online arbitrage. So, in wholesale, we partner with established brands. We sell on proven listings and brands. So, how it works is we open a trade account with UK brands and authorized distributors. We start looking for products. Once we finalize the product, we start looking for their distributors or wholesalers, or we start reaching those brands directly and open trade accounts with brands present physically inside the UK. Then, once we finalize sort of a deal with the distributor or with the wholesaler, we do all our calculations on the back end, the profit margin, and everything, all the logistics involved. Then we go and buy the products in bulk, hundreds of units, maybe thousands of units at a wholesale price from an authorized distributor for the product. Then we go to Amazon, we add or offer to an existing Amazon listing with good reviews. That's the main point here. We add or offer to an existing Amazon listing that is already selling well, the brand is already famous, sort of, and it's already selling well. It doesn't need any marketing, that brand. So we go attach to that listing. Amazon allows us that if we are going through a proper channel. We compete for the buy box. For example, 10 other sellers are selling the same product. We all compete with each other, and the best of them gets favored by Amazon, maybe in case of pricing, maybe in the form of like customer service, maybe based on location. Amazon will offer an optimized recommended buy box to their customers, and when the customer buys, you get a sale. So it's all through official channels. You have proper invoices of the products you have bought from the distributors or the brand themselves, and Amazon asks for the invoices and stuff. If Amazon asks, you have all the data to prove that you are official authorized retailer or partner of that brand. The pros to wholesale model are that the demand is already there. As we discussed, the brand is already present on Amazon. You can sell it as soon as you attach your offer to that listing if it's within the recommended pricing. There is no need of a new listing creation, so you save the time for listing content, listing images. All the stuff is already there. The brand has already established that listing. You just have to attach and sell your part of the inventory. Then very minimal advertising required. So obviously those are bigger brands. They're already selling on Amazon. They have their marketing outside and inside Amazon's system. You don't need to market for them. Sometimes very minimal marketing is required, but 99% of the time you don't need to spend a single penny on advertising. So you just attach and your product gets sold for a small profit that you get. The cons for Amazon wholesale are that the margins are very tight. So 10 to 15% here we are talking about. Sometimes 5%, sometimes 3%, 8%. It varies. So the profit margins are very tight because you are already sourcing it from a distributor. who is having profit margins buying it from the brand, then you buy it from distributor, you go to Amazon and retail it. So the profit margins are already very thin. It's not source, like for example from China. You are not buying, if you are not buying like thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory, the margins will obviously be very thin. But as soon as you bring in more cash flow, your margins will become better. So it's wholesale model is all about cash flow. Then the buy box wars, sometimes there are price wars. The price become is down. You cannot compete on that price, and your product won't sell. The lower, most of the time, 90% of the time, Amazon will only favor those with the lowest price on the listing. So if you cannot compete on that price, your product will not sell, and it will be it will become a loss bearing SN for you. Number three, the major con is UK business setup plus trade references required. So you need to hunt for distributors, you need to do deals with them. You have to obviously in the start you have to keep struggling, keep hunting for those distributor deals, for wholesaler deals, and by chance if you get any brand deal directly, you have to keep keep digging for those trade references, and you have to gain some experience before you're successful in this wholesale business model. Okay, number three, we have our own private label. So Amazon private label allows you to build your brand on Amazon. On the listing, create a sellable asset, a flippable asset. So how this business model works is identify high demand products on Amazon. Number one, hunt for your products, find a suitable product that you feel you can create a brand within and sell it with full surety. Number two, source from manufacturers, mostly within China, and customize your product and improve it. Do some little bit R&D, put your logo on it, pack it, and deal with the manufacturer, mostly in China. And number three, you go for launch under your own brand. So once you finalize your deal with the supplier who is maybe in China or any other country, you then launch your own brand. One, be it one product, two product, three products, all products will be under your brand. Your brand will be registered with Amazon. You will have your own trademark registered with UK government, and then uh, you own the listing here in private label. So you start from scratch, you start from zero reviews, you start with zero social proof, and you are competing within a product category that you have chosen that you can compete in. So in this case, in Amazon arbitrage or wholesale, you don't own the listing. You are just there attached with the listing, selling your part of the inventory. In private label, you are the only seller, so there's always one seller in a private label listing. You own the listing, you have to build it from scratch. uh, no competitors can come and sell on your listing unless you allow them. So basically it's your brand. Amazon is providing you the ecosystem to launch your own brand on Amazon. The starting budget for private label is from £1,500 to £5,000 in the UK, and the average time to launch it is 2 to 3 months. In case of wholesale, in case of online arbitrage, as we discussed, the budget is very low required to start it. In case of wholesale, the more the budget, so at least we recommend 5,000 plus pounds of worth of inventory buying. In private label, it's somewhere around within 5,000 you can manage it easily. The pros for private label are you own and control your listing 100%. So you are the boss here. You set your own pricing. If your product is high quality, you believe customers will buy it at a premium from compared to the market. You set your own price. If customer buys, well and good. No one is above you controlling the price. uh, you are building a real brand asset. So over time, when your product listing matures and you go forward, you are building a brand asset. You launch more products, more and more products within that brand name. At the end, after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years, you have a well established profitable brand that you can then sell for a high price to other investors as well. In case of online arbitrage or wholesale, you cannot flip that business. In private label, since it's your own brand, you can just simply flip it and go on with your journey, build another brand, flip it, and goes on like that. The cons to private label are obviously higher upfront investment. So you cannot start your brand within 500 pounds or 1000 pounds or so. Better, you have if you have an investment of 5000, you can go with private label easily. But in the future, you have to inject cash into the system, into your brand, you to launch more products, to expand the current products vertically and horizontally. So you need a good cash flow, no doubt, in the future, but you can start within 5000 pounds. uh, the longer launch timeline, the number second con is, uh, it's also a fact that selecting your product, sourcing it from a supplier that you don't know before in China, then packing those products, shipping them to the UK, all this takes time. 2 to 3 months is the minimum. It can take 4 months, 5 months as well, depending on your service provider or your experience. Number three, you must master listing optimization. So you must master Amazon advertising. You must master influencer marketing because it's a new brand, no one knows it. So you need to have the expertise of how to market your product in the market. So this is all about private label. Okay, let's have a glance at the comparison of all the three as we discussed. So the starting budget, arbitrage, very low budget. Wholesale, you can start from 5000, but the more the better. The more inventory you buy, the more you invest, the better your profit margin are. Private label, you can start within 1500 to 5000 pounds, but obviously you need to invest more in the future to build an ample brand that is enough to generate a stable monthly profit for you. Time to launch: retail arbitrage, pick up inventory, list it on Amazon within a few days. Wholesale can take weeks. If you are unable to find brands and distributors, it can also take months. In private labels, 2 to 3 months uh, is the baseline. Scalability, you cannot scale online arbitrage. Wholesale, you can scale it, but you have to inject a lot of cash into it to scale it properly. Private label is highly scalable within a lower budget. On the listing, in these two cases, you don't own the listing. As we discussed, in private label, you are the boss, you 100% own everything. Profit margin in online arbitrage varies, sometimes good. If you find a good deal, you'll have good margin. If you don't find a good deal, it varies. In wholesale, it's 5 to 15% basically, but you can expect with better brands 10 to 15%. In private label, it's 30 to 60% profit margins. The margin is better, but obviously you in the start you need to spend a good budget on marketing. So in the start it can be 20%. Later on it can go up to 30 or 40%. As we discussed, in arbitrage and wholesale, you don't have any asset value. In private label, you can flip it, sell it, and uh, start another brand easily. IP risk in private label, there are no IP risks involved. So now we can discuss some facts. So 25% of active Amazon sellers generate over 10,000 or 100,000 over $100,000 in annual revenue, and that group is heavily driven by strong private label strategies. So ultimately, we do recommend private labeling. Private labeling is the ultimate path to building true financial independence on Amazon Seller Central, and to create a scalable e-commerce equity, obviously. So now, which model is the right for you? Are you a beginner? You just want to test things? You go for arbitrage. If you go if you want to go for a little safer model, but you have more cash to invest, you are not confident you can build a brand, you can go for wholesale. If you are confident you can build your own brand within the category, you can compete with other products, you can give the best quality, you can market it, you can scale it, private label is the way to go, obviously. So you have to keep these points in mind: your starting budget, how much hours you can invest, what's your 12-month goal. Obviously, in the upcoming modules of the course we will be focusing on all these points. Thank you.